freaked out. Anyway, we'll sit in butterfly for a moment, holding on the soles of the feet together. Hold on to your ankles and lift your chest. And then really start to activate. You squeeze your heels towards each other. And then hinging forward, start to curl in. Thumbs slide between the soles of your feet. And then turning them open like a book. Really feeling how that deepens the stretch on the inner thigh. And then inhaling to sit up, hands to the outside of your knees. Bring your knees together. And we're going to stay, if you're sitting up on something, you can stay on that, or you can sit on the mat. Just take your feet wide, but what we want to do is to roll over. God, cat's much more distracting than the dog. She's chewing the picture frames. So pushing through your heels and start to almost rock yourself to the edge of your towel roll or your block. So feeling the backs of your thighs. So it's trying to turn the tailbone back so the front of the pelvis rocks forward, lengthening through the inner thighs. You can start to bring your hands forward. So it can be straight arms, but just then start to curl in. So the legs are active, your toes are turned up to the ceiling and pushing through your heels. And then as you start to curl in, so drawing the navel in, drawing the rib points towards the ribs towards the hip points. You're curling in, feeling this lengthening on the inner thighs. And then walking your hands back. Hands, as you lean back, hands are coming under the knees to bring the feet up. And come onto your hands and knees. Tilting the tailbone up, looking up into cow. Exhale, rounding through the back into cat. Just a few rounds of cat-cow to mobilize the spine. Okay, then inhaling. The spine is in neutral, hips stay the same. Take the left arm out, and then you're going to loop the left arm under so that you can press the back of the hand down and then draw the left shoulder away from the direction of the hand. So, and then lying the shoulder and the left ear down. So you're feeling this lengthening through the outside edge of the shoulder, side ribs, and then inhale, lift the arm back up. You can do 3 times, looping through, getting that traction for the shoulder, and then bringing the shoulder down. Last one, lift the arm up, loop back through. And then come back to tabletop. Other side, right arm lifts up and then loops through. So really press down through the back of the hand, draw the shoulder away, and then settle it down. Inhale, lift the right arm. Exhale to lower. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then coming back into tabletop. Walk your hands forward just for a moment in puppy. So hips over knees, turn the tailbone up. Forehead down to the block or the mat. Stretch through the shoulders. Draw the armpits down. And then inhaling. Bring your hands ready for down dog. Tuck toes, lift your hips. Walk your dog, slowly paddling through the knees, but really press each heel down. Feel that stretch through the calves. And then walking feet towards hands. Ragdoll for a moment, bend your knees, hold onto your elbows, hang your head. And then releasing the arms, slowly unfurling to stand. Standing in mountain. And then you're going to bring your arms up. And the left hand takes hold of the right wrist. Lift up and then lean over. So pulling through the right side of the body and pressing that right hip out to the side. So really banana-ing, feeling the lengthening through the side body. And don't let that top shoulder drop down. Inhale, back to center. Swap the grip to the opposite hand. Lift up, draw up through the core, the kneecaps. And then side stretch. Inhale, coming back up. Turn, clasp the fingers, turn the palms up, pressing up. So the core is lengthening. Draw the tailbone down a little. And then exhale, release your hands. Coming to the front of the mat, you're shrugging your shoulders, few rolls in one direction, and then back the other way. Shake it all out. Standing in mountain. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, palms to touch. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, bend knees, palms down, step back. Lowering through Chaturanga. Inhale to Cobra. Really activate the legs, pubic bone. Exhale, tuck your toes. Lift your hips into down dog. 3 breaths here. You can move. If it feels good, you can roll your knees underneath as you paddle the heels. Get the hips moving. And then inhaling to come forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Standing in mountain. We can do one more and then we're going to do Sun Salute B. The Surya Namaskara. Inhale, palms to touch, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, down dog, 3 breaths. Really feeling the length in the spine, so you can Just gently bend the knees if you feel you're rounding through the lower back. Just releasing the hamstrings. And then inhale to come forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Standing in mountain. So Surya Namaskar B, we start in chair pose. So inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Draw the arms up, turn the gaze so your soft focus between your thumbs. Sit back a little and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, Down Dog. Inhale, right leg lifts for warrior one. So step the right foot between your hands, drop the left heel down. Bent front knee, arms come up, reach through that middle finger, looking up. Exhale, palms down, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, Down Dog. Inhale, left leg lifts for warrior one. Left foot between your hands, right heel down, drawing up. So really feel as you lifting up, you're sinking through the left knee, but you're rolling, internally rotating the right thigh, pushing through the heel. So really strong through the back leg. Exhale, palms down, lowering Chaturanga to up dog or cobra on the inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes, come to down dog. 3 breaths here. And then inhaling to come forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale to chair pose. And then squeeze your thighs to stand, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Standing in mountain. So, and temporary pause here, actually, while we step the left foot wide. We're going to come feet parallel, hands to hips. Press down through the outside edge of the feet, so you almost feel like the inner thighs turn on. Draw the tailbone down. And just wanted to say to you, as Kat's arrived, that if you can check out your email for my latest newsletter, that I've popped a couple of videos in there how to transition to say start to coming into up dog instead of cobra, and also how to progress your up dog. So if you want to have a look at that, so I'll normally in the morning I'll just say do cobra, but if you want to do up dog, little videos. Okay, from here now you're going to hands to the bony part of your pelvis, turn your tailbone up as you start to hinge forward. So draw up through the kneecaps, engage the thigh muscles, and then your gaze goes down. So flat back, your back is parallel to the floor, really feeling the hamstrings here, but understanding how your body feels. That if you feel right at the top of the hamstrings, bottom of the buttocks, if you feel it's really twinging, then you need to bend your knees slightly. Just take the pressure off the hamstrings, because you're trying to feel the stretch in the whole length of hamstrings, not just behind the knee and hello, and at the insertion point of the hamstrings at the buttocks. Okay, now place fingertips down. miso, not making it very easy. And then you're going to keep turning the tailbone up, rock your weight forward slightly, then curling inwards, draw the navel in, reach the crown of the head towards the mat. You can then, if you can reach it, your palms are down and you're sliding your hands back a little. Hug the elbows towards each other, so forearms are parallel. Keep working on the core. The exhale to deepen. And then inhale, come up onto fingertips, extend through the spine, draw the navel in. And then you'll bring your hands to your hips, your gaze stays down. Micro bend in your knees, exhale, and then inhale to stand. Heel toe, bring your feet together, give the legs a little shake. And then back to the front of the mat. We're going to step left foot back into warrior two. Nice and wide, feel the external rotation in the thighs. Take your arms wide. So toning the arms, reach out through the fingertips, turn your head. Shoulders sliding away from ears. Reverse your warrior, slide the left hand down your back thigh, flip the right palm up, reach up and over, sink down. So really feel bending through that front knee, keeping the knee above the ankle. Inhale, Parsvakonasana, side angle stretch. Rest the arm on the thigh, sweep the top hand over. Then we're going to lift the bottom arm if you can. Arms are parallel, squeeze the muscles to bone, reach through the fingertips, and it's turning the left ribs up to the ceiling. Inhale, lift the arms up. Warrior two, turn the head. Exhale, hands to hips. Turn your feet parallel and then heel toe, feet together. You can do other side. Standing in mountain. This time you're going to step back with the right foot, warrior two. So really feel we're not leaning forward. You want to draw back with the back hand. So shoulders stacked over hips. Nice and wide, press down through the outside edge of the back foot. So you feel that inner thigh lift as you then sink. Sparks through fingertips. So reaching out. Shoulders blades sliding down your back. So your neck is free to turn to look over the front hand. Slide the right hand down. The back leg, reverse your warrior. So flip the palm, lifting up, keep that rotation through the ribs. And then exhale, side angle stretch, resting the arm, the front arm, sweep the right arm over, rolling those ribs up to the ceiling, and then release the bottom hand. Feel how that changes the pressure through the glutes, the hamstrings, the core, reaching the arms, and then inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, warrior two, arms, turn the head. Exhale, hands to hips. Turn the feet parallel and then bring your feet together. Give your legs a little shake and come down to sit on the mat. Legs out in front of you. Activate the legs, so staff pose. Rest your hands beside your hips. Soft elbows as you hug your elbows towards the ribs. Press down through the back of your thighs. Lift your chest. Staff pose. It's like an internal rotation of the thighs, so toes and knees pointing directly upwards. Then keeping that, you'll inhale, lift your arms. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So lifting up through the chest, engage the core, and then reach forward. You can reach your big toes, 2 fingers and a thumb to wrap the big toes, but trying to keep the arms soft. This is your core. If you can't reach there, just have your hands on your shins or the mat. But use your core, lift your chest and chin. On the exhale, soften, bring the chin down. Feeling through the backs of the legs, you need to draw the navel in, so really strong through the core. And then inhale, lifting up, bring the arms back up. Exhale, hands to heart. Then cross your legs. Hands on your thighs, close your eyes. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. Bring your palms together at your heart center, lowering your head and opening your eyes. Namaste.